So, hello, Shireen, and thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule. So, I'll do a very quick introduction of Shireen for everyone. So, everyone, this is Shireen Ambardekar, and she's an upcoming freelance content writer who also takes social media managing projects on the side. And her affiliation to social media is one of the main reasons I have chosen her to take an interview to build my own personal brand. So, let's get started, Shireen. So, firstly, I'll ask you the very most cliche
Hi,
question.
Isha.
Hi. I'll ask you the very most cliche question that how do you enter the world of social media marketing?
So ever since I was a teenager, I liked how, technology worked, and I was always inclined towards marketing as well. So uh, I feel that in today's world, technology is very important. Like any and every job in today's world has a technological aspect attached to it.
Mhm.
So two of my passions, which is technology and marketing, when they meet together, they make social media marketing, and which is why I really love this field because it is constantly evolving and you get to learn so many new things. So when I started, I had a particular skill set, but now that social media is constantly evolving, my skill set has also evolved with it. So that is why I chose social media marketing, as they have my two biggest passions, which is technology and marketing.
Okay. So the next one is social media marketing is a vast ocean. So what part of it
Right.
excites you the most?
I would say content marketing is definitely my favorite. So in content marketing, you have content writing, which is the
Mhm.
most important. So, blogging or captions, all of that comes under content writing,
Right.
and content creation as well. So if you see, Instagram is booming with reels right now.
Right. Right.
Like
Mhm.
every other business is exploring the idea of Instagram reel. So my
Mhm.
favorite aspect has to be content creation, and personally I take a lot of freelance projects that have a lot of content writing in them,
Okay.
because it is such a field where no two things are similar. So you get to work on a lot of brands, different brands. You get to work with a lot of people,
Mhm.
and you get to network with them as well. So
Right.
content writing is ever booming, and
Mhm.
it's actually a very, it doesn't make you monotonous, which
Right.
is why I like that aspect about social media marketing.
Okay. So we talked about the interesting and the
Yeah.
exciting aspect. Let's talk about which part of it do you find the hardest, or you find one which is, not very interesting, or something you don't like about it.
So every field of work has its pros and cons, and what con I see in
Mm-hmm.
social media marketing is paid marketing.
Okay.
So paid marketing is an aspect where you run ads online,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't get your target audience right, I'm not saying your money is wasted, but there's a lot of research for paid marketing, which is why I don't like that aspect, because I'm not good at research part. So it becomes a little, technical if you say. So paid marketing is something I don't like at all. And another thing I find challenging about social media is the need to always stay on top of your game.
Right.
So brands are always looking to beat their competition
Mm-hmm.
by using moment marketing, which
Okay.
is something that is it does take a toll on social media managers at times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, based on this answer, I like to ask you, as a social media manager, there's always lots of platforms you need to manage, and there's different trends going on in each different platform. There's a different trend going on Facebook, different on Instagram. So, how does a social media manager make sure to stay on top of all of these trends?
Right. So, one major thing that every social media manager, or in general a marketer, has to know is target group analysis. So, you have to know which social media platform platform to use for which marketing of what product. So, for example, if I'm selling saris and my target audience is, let's say, women who are working class women and older section of women. So let's say around 26-year-olds to 55-year-olds.
Right.
So I have to know the right social media platform I can use to market them. So I would suggest a brand like saris to maybe go on Facebook or put their paid marketing budget more on Facebook. So
Okay.
it's absolutely important to know where to put your money
Mhm.
and where to advertise your product the most.
Okay.
So this is what I would say. It's very important to have a target group analysis as well as a SWOT analysis. So this is something we do as
Mhm.
marketers. So SWOT is basically finding the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for your brand. So you have to know what your competitors are doing. You have to do something that is different than them,
Mhm.
and you have to find the right social media platform to market your product. That is something every platform has its own speciality. So, for example, youngsters are more on Instagram and Twitter and
Right.
Snapchat, but
Right.
maybe our mothers or our fathers will be more active on Facebook.
Right.
So, that's how you actually segregate and decide where to market which product.
Okay.
Right.
So, what would you say are one of the most important things a social media manager should know, or a social media freelancer for that matter? What is the most important thing according to you?
So I feel the social media manager, our most important job is to know what's happening around in the world. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, we have the Olympics going on right now.
Right.
So we have to make sure we implement that in our marketing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called moment marketing. So whatever happens in that moment, you take advantage of it and implement that in your brand, which actually makes you stand out from your competitors. So there's always this rat race that you have to do something in moment marketing before your competitor does. So this is something I find very challenging and exciting at the same time.
Okay.
Secondly, there has to be, proper planning and scheduling of creatives and posts. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, right now in the month of July,
Right.
just maybe midway of July, your August month should be sorted out. So
Okay.
that's something that every social media manager should do. They
Mm-hmm.
should plan things way in advance. So there's ample time left for changes from the clients or whoever in general.
Okay.
So these are my top two, sort of tips for any social media manager. One is to always be aware of what's happening around in the world, and second is always planning and scheduling maybe 2 weeks in advance.
Okay. Okay. So I know you're extremely busy, which is why I won't take a lot of your time. I'll just ask one last question: that how has working on social media platforms as a freelancer helped you build your personal brand?
Right. So I've always been fascinated by the world of social media, and it's you know it's a fairly new field. Maybe it hasn't been like I have not heard about youngsters going in this field as of now. They generally choose the traditional way, but this is a fairly new field where there are a lot of freelance opportunities in social media marketing. So
Right.
I consider my niche to be content writing,
Mhm.
but it is definitely advisable to be aware of other things as well. So,
Mhm.
for example, planning and scheduling of creatives, then you have to be aware of, the right kind of hashtags to use for your posts. So,
Right.
you need a much more holistic approach
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to social media, and you can of course have a niche, but you need to know at least the basics of other marketing aspects as well. So
Okay.
that's something that and the fact that freelance gives you an opportunity to work for yourself and whatever you earn is yours is something that I really like. So you become independent in a sort of way.
Right.
That's something I would recommend it to all. So
Mm-hmm.
even if you have a full-time job,
Mm-hmm.
maybe find a side hustle as social media marketing freelancing, because that helps you earn a little bit of extra money, and that's something I really like.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shirin, for taking time out. Your tips and everything has been really helpful, and it will help me personally a lot to build my personal brand. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.